take 372. Hello everybody, it's the Master5445 here, bringing you a new video. We just started a new character on Rise of Civilization. This is gonna be like a little semi-tutorial on how to create a jumper account. We started on the first server that was ever created. So let's get right into this. If I'm not missing anything, I've started this video like 15 different times, but have messed up nearly every time. Okay, so I should probably introduce what this game is. It's kind of similar to like that Clash of Clans style, build your own little kingdom and fight other people, but it's a little bit different. I like it a lot more than I did Clash of Clans or anything else. So what we're doing here is we actually start on the first kingdom. This is kingdom number 1, as you can see up there. Okay. So we are a little city hall 2 over here, surrounded by big strong people. Let's see, nearest person. Okay, that's a bad example. That's a city hall 8. Here are some examples of strong people that we're having to go up against. So what a lot of people might say is, hey, this is suicide. Why did you start an account on a server that's been around for, what, almost a year now? Because that's the whole strategy behind this jumper account. What you do is you start on a very early server where all the fog is cleared so that you could collect all of these resources here. If I zoom out here, you can see all those little yellow dots. Those are pretty much free resources for my taking. And if we click over on our items here, we have a beginner's teleport, which is valid for 10 days. What that does for us is it lets us travel to any kingdom that we want, which is pretty great, I think. So what we're going to do is we're always going to be having our scout out, and this is going to be your tutorial on how to create a jumper account. What I recommend is starting with Boudica. She will be arguably gives some of the best buffs in the game. If we click on her profile, it's at her second skill level. It gives a 20% increase to every barbarian fight. That's a 20% experience increase, which that adds up really quickly if you know what you're doing. And I've been playing for quite a while, so I hope that I know what I'm doing. Cross my fingers. Let's just keep zooming out and grabbing some of these resources. Again, a lot of people say, hey, this is kind of stupid. Why would you be going against all these people? Because when you start a new account, you actually have a 2-day shield. So I'm safe in this kingdom for 2 days. No one can even touch me. It's kind of the theory behind the jumper account, is for the first 10 days, what you want to do is build up your army as strong as you can so that you have a huge head start when you get into the actual server you want to go to. Alright, what we're going to try to do is join an alliance, which honestly, oh wow, we actually got in one. That is very shocking. Okay, I didn't think that any of these alliances would be open because the server is so old, but this is probably just an unactive one, so that's pretty great. One of the huge buffs that you get once you're in an alliance is you could start asking for help, which if people are nice enough to give to you, it will help you like that. As you can see at the top of my screen, it helps your base upgrade quicker, which is always nice. You always want those speedy, fast upgrades. Okay. Just claim all those rewards. What we aren't going to do is claim any of these, because if we do, that is going to be a huge target on our back for anyone that wants to attack us. So we're going to leave all of those rewards alone until we go to the new account. To the new server. What we will check out, though, is another cave. On this new server, what we're going to be doing is just raiding this as quickly as we can and then jumping on a newer server. Let's see. As you can see here, there is all the way from 01 to 182 different servers that you could play on for Rise of Civilization. Hashtag not sponsored yet. Alright, let's go ahead and check out Boudica's stats. I'll do a more in-depth guide on these later, but what we're gonna do is start upgrading her peacekeeping tree so that we can get to the experience boost again, because I love a good experience boost. When it comes to Boudica, it just stacks on top of itself, getting better and better. Alright. Oh, I want to claim those notifications so bad, that bothers me so much. But we won't. We have willpower, don't we, guys? We have a little bit of willpower. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of farming and cut to a place where I'm not doing everything so hectic. And just like that, we're in the Bronze Age. Okay, my personal favorite starting civilizations is Britain, because you get Boudica. I'll probably go into a more in-depth analysis of civilization choice in a later video, but as a very basic reminder, that's what you should start with. Tip number 2 is always be upgrading stuff as fast as you can. This is my, fifth account, so I know what I'm doing. So I could be doing things more quickly, but when you do start an account, you should probably slow down a little bit, see what everything really does. When you start a new account, it's probably going to put you on the most recent server. But I've had a few accounts, so I could choose what server I wanted to go on. I chose server 1 for several reasons. All of the fog is cleared, so when we zoom out to explore, we could see all these little dots of yellow resources, right? And every time we click on one of those, it's going to give us a little gift. Since the fog is all explored on here, I can collect all of these gifts for free. And then, arguably one of the best, not even arguably, the best item in the game is the beginner's teleport. It's the veteran's crutch, I guess you could say. If you know what you're doing, then that is killer. What the beginner's teleport lets you do is it'll let you teleport to any other kingdom as long as you are underneath City Hall 8, which is one thing I have to make sure that I do. So the whole goal of creating this jumper account is to get a head start early on. It gives us a head start once we move on to a brand new server. Most people aren't as far as we are in the game already. And this creates kind of like a snowball effect with what we could do. Now, when you make your jumper account, we could call it, there are a few things you want to do. Is make sure you don't claim any of these resources. If you do, it's going to make you a huge target for anyone around you. Since you're just a small little town hall, you're going to be surrounded by people that are mountains of times stronger than you, if that makes any sense. So you want to be holding on to as little resources as you can this early game. Another thing you could do is constantly be training troops. You're going to be under City Hall 8 no matter what when you use your beginner's teleport. So that's still going to put you at a slight disadvantage against people that just want to be continuing on with the game on that server. Ooh, wait, did we already have a 10% XP bonus on that? I didn't slow down. Oh yeah, no, huh. That was really weird. I'm gonna have to check that out in a second. Boudica does give the experience bonus, which I love, personally. And we can see our scout just finished up, so we're gonna send him off to another campsite, getting all of these free resources. Another thing is, you could see I'm going to start collecting all of these treasure of the cave chests and resource pack chests. You also don't want to open any of those because, again, it makes you a huge target for people to come. Another reason we picked the first kingdom as our choice is, if you look in the tavern and at our rewards list, you could see that Richard the First, Charles Martel, and that guy are all in the golden chest. In the later on servers, you don't have a chance of getting him from a golden chest, but if you're able to grab one of those guys from a golden chest while in server 1, that also gives you a huge head start on people to come. We're starting to run a little bit long on time, so I'm going to wrap this up. Final thoughts, while you're starting your jumper count, you should know that you aren't going to be able to attack anyone. You want to remain on the down low with as little resources as possible while still being able to continue on with the game. And I take that back. Be gathering resources, but stay safe. Always be training as many troops as possible. I'm going to get a little bit farther in the game, and then we're going to be talking about some more mid-game strategies. I'm going to clean up my base a little bit, train some troops, and pretty much be doing a lot of busy work for a little bit. In the meantime, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, a comment, and I'll see you next time. The Master 5445 signing out.